Hi, I'm Allie Gear, and I'm a senior on the Michigan State golf team.
I'm Cassius Winston on the Michigan State's men's basketball team.
I'm Sarah Carlis. I'm a senior on the rowing team, so I have been rowing for the past 4 years here at Michigan State.
My name is Caleb Sleeman, and I'm on the Michigan State baseball team.
I'm Connor George, and I'm on the Michigan State men's basketball team.
The experience here has just been, I think, so incredible. Each year, I think, has had very special and very different meanings to me. Over the years, it's been made up of so many memories, so many incredible opportunities, and so many lifelong friendships and relationships that I've built here that it's really become a special part of my life that I will always hold dear for sure.
Coming to Michigan State has, basically been one of the best decisions I've made in my life. I don't regret my decision coming here at all, whether it be on the court, off the court. I feel like on the court I achieved almost everything I could as a player. I grew, I got better. My weaknesses, I made them, into strengths in a sense. Off the court has been amazing. The way the campus treats me, the way the professors interact with me, the way the students interact with me, it's been an amazing experience here in my time at Michigan State.
The past 4 years has honestly just been a dream come true. My dad went to Michigan State, so growing up just coming on the campus has just been a huge dream to be able to attend this university for both academics and for sport. MSU just has so many opportunities that we have here to be able to just meet new people and grow in ourselves as a person, as well as different organizations on campus.
You build so many memories with family and coaches and teammates. Your teammates end up becoming like your second family because you spend so much time with them and build great relationships with them. It makes me thankful for the time that I've had here. Part of me feels like I was robbed of being able to complete something that I started.
Last Thursday, I did not wake up thinking that my MSU career was going to be over, both academically and really with athletically as well. Being able to transfer to online classes, not being able to meet with professors or my classmates anymore, or being able to practice with my team. It's just really unfortunate that I wasn't able to even start my season.
We went from one moment hearing that our one tournament that we were supposed to leave the next day for was canceled, and that was hard because it was one of all of our favorite tournaments, and then within an hour or so, we found out that it was all over.
At the very end, the last 5 minutes of practice, they called it, and the word kind of traveled fast in that gym, and it was kind of just shock, and everyone was kind of looking at each other like this could be it.
Coach brought us up at the end of practice and said, well, based on what other conferences are doing right now and halting travel, we're not going to go to Indiana State this weekend. An hour later, Coach Boss told everybody that we were going to have a team meeting in the locker room, and then we found out at about 4:30 on Thursday.
All of the years and all of the summers and all of the vacations that I spent training just felt like I did it for nothing at this point. And in my head, I dream of lining up at the start line of Big Tens and being able to turn to my best friends in my boat, giving each other a fist bump and saying this is our last race, let's do this.
It felt like someone was taking something from you, like an opportunity to achieve what you've been working for 5 years in a national championship.
Overall, it's been just so many mixed emotions all leading up to it all just being over. I think it was, first of all, okay, it's one tournament, okay, it's maybe until postseason, okay, it's all over. And I think it didn't really hit us all because it all happened so very quickly, and it was hard for all of us to process, not understanding exactly what all of it meant, and then just kind of blank being like, it's just done. So I think for everyone, but especially the seniors, and there was no closure.
It is tough because, at least for me, I felt like I had this time where I was going to be able to prepare for being done. I was talking to Coach Boss, and I said to him, I didn't know last weekend in Pensacola when I took my jersey off that it was going to be the last time that I take my jersey off as a Spartan.
New York Fashion Week, at least in America, it's like the pinnacle of what designers work for. I'm super excited. It's a great experience to be here, and I've never experienced it before, so I'm super excited to at least have this be my first time here. It's an extremely unique opportunity to be an undergrad student and to just be figuring out what I want to do as a designer, and being able to come here is really eye-opening. Hopefully get to network and meet some people and get some tips on how to actually operate this industry. Freshman year wasn't the easiest transition for me. I came into the program and had these really high expectations for myself. Kind of had a hard time with the training and racing, learning how to race kind of not in the front of a group. I kind of had a really rough time figuring that out, and it took a little bit longer than I think it usually does for most people. I ended up actually breaking my foot later in the fall and missing Big Tens and regionals and nationals. And then that kind of carried over into the spring where I redshirted. Sometimes it was just like being in the dorms, there's a lot, being around a lot of people, and just kind of knowing that like I wasn't gonna be running, and having everyone else on my floor that would like get up and go to long runs in the morning was really rough. A lot of different things were going on emotionally and physically, and I think that was kind of a time for me to figure out what running meant to me. And it challenged me to kind of figure out why I was doing what I was doing and what I want to do later on in life. What you can do is, I mean, if you're not happy and you don't think that this is the right place for you, then you can just transfer. I kind of knew that in the back of my head, like that was an option, but it forced me to kind of realize why I came here in the first place. I kind of sat down with my parents and talked about it, and a lot of people, and kind of had a lot of conversations that were really tough to have. I mean, nobody wants to sit down with a friend and say, hey, I don't think I'm gonna be here anymore. It kind of made me realize, after talking to a bunch of people, like that was the reason that I came here, was because I met people along the way that I knew were gonna care for me more than a teammate, more as like family. After I had decided that transferring wasn't what I wanted to do and that I needed to be here, I was like, what do I really want to do with my life? I realized that we had an apparel and textiles program. I got really lucky and talked to my advisor, and he was like, it sounds like you're gonna get a lot more out of that than you are staying in the Ken program. I ended up double majoring for a whole year, and then later I was like, yeah, he was right. And so I dropped Ken and full-time apparel and textile student now.
Being a senior, especially at Michigan State, you know, at the end of the year, you're guaranteed 2 more games. You know, once your regular season is over, you're guaranteed 2 more games, a game in the Big Ten and a game in the NCAA tourney. You know your time's coming to an end. You know one of these games is going to be your last, but you know that you got 2 more. You got a chance to play a lot more games. You know, that's a whole nother season if you continue to win. All of a sudden, we practice hard one day, and by the time the end of the practice, the season's over. You can't prepare for something that's going to stop just without you knowing. So initially, it's like you're just in shock.
Just instills that idea of, are you given everything you got every single time? And I didn't have that chance. I didn't get to do a senior day, to walk out with all the seniors and kiss a Spartan head in the outfield. You work for so long for something, and then to have that ripped away from you, it hurts. It hurts a lot.
March time is when you go harder. you getting ready to go win a championship. Like, you ready to go to practice, and you literally have nothing to do. There's nothing for you to do. So it's just it's a moment of shock, and it's kind of crazy that things can kind of end so suddenly.
That was probably the hardest part, is you go into your senior year and you say, okay, you know the events leading up to everything being done and graduation, and you prepare yourself for the time that you're going to have to get to that point of graduating. And for us to be just kind of in the very beginning of the craziest part of our season and having everything to look forward to, and I, get emotional even thinking about it, that there was just so much that we wanted to do and so much that we were looking forward to. So to go from not trying to think about graduating to then in one moment realizing that it was done, we didn't get closure in the way that we didn't really get to say goodbye to people. We had bunch of teammates that had to leave pretty much a couple days later to try to get home to Spain or Colombia, so it was just so hard to try to wrap our minds around what was going on, and then also to have to try to say goodbye to people and not knowing if I was going to see them again, or what was happening, but understanding their position and knowing that they were just trying to get home.
Through our licensing agency, the Collegiate Licensing Company, every year they bring the opportunity to their partner institutions regarding the New York Fashion Week and whether the schools would like to participate. And so starting a few years ago, we jumped on board. We have a really great apparel and textile design program here at MSU, and we thought it would be the perfect fit to get some of those students involved with this.
I had saw the email and I saw a flyer for it, and at the time I was enrolled in a fashion drawing class with one of my favorite professors. She was talking about it in class one day, and she came up to me and she was like, "Are you gonna do it?" And I was like, "Yeah, I don't know, I thought about it and I just don't think I have the time because the project's due in like 3 weeks." And she's like, "No, you should do it."
What they had to do was create some kind of design of how the MSU brand spoke to them. What does the MSU brand mean to you? It could be through colors, through words, through logos, through buildings, iconic buildings on campus, and architecture. Just whatever about MSU spoke to the students, they could incorporate into their designs. And so they had to create one actual piece where they, made it and sewed it and all of that. And then they also had to do 3 separate designs. They call them croquis, so they're like the artwork designs of them. So, and then they have to tell us why they created this piece and why this spoke to them in the way that it did.
I sketched something out. It's deconstructed tennis shoes that then were made into a tube top and running buns, which are women's competitive running shorts. The design that I made were actually shoes that I had collected from the cross country and track team. So they were my teammates' shoes that I had then taken apart with scissors and pliers. I literally made a garment that was made from my teammates' apparel that we had then trained and worked in for months. Without even realizing that I did it, is that I had made a garment that literally represented my teammates and represented my time here through their actual garments. My story was about why I stayed here and the hardships that I had, and that was because of my teammates and because of the friendships and the relationships that I'd made along the way.
We take all of the submissions, and then we have a panel and some judges, and we vote on them, and we kind of rank them what we feel is our best, and who told a complete story and their submission backed up what the brand meant to them.
Waited about 3 weeks or so, and I was like, oh, they must have decided who won because I haven't heard back. Literally that morning I thought that, and then I biked to class to go meet with my professor before the drawing class. Was in a rush, out of breath, run up the steps, open my phone, and I have an email, and it said, "Congratulations, India, you're going to New York." To realize that I had kind of taken a leap from a program that I felt secure in to a program that I wasn't necessarily positive if it was going to be right for me, and ended up being able to like win a trip to New York out of it with only being like in the program for 2 semesters. So it was super exciting.
This is an incredible opportunity for India, and all of the students that we have sent in the past have come back just raving about the program. They're getting access to behind the scenes at New York Fashion Week, one of the most iconic industry fashion events that exists. And so they're getting to connect with designers on site through panels and just have those one-on-one chats with them and just see, like, how did they get their start? What did they go to school with? How do you even come up in an industry like this? And then they also go and get to see behind the scenes of some of the top brands today, like, Champion and different brands like that, and just really understand like what the whole process is to bring these creative ideas, out into the fashion world. Really, the sky's the limit with this program and what you can get out of it.
It was really overwhelming, and it kind of showed me like I have a lot of work to do. I think that I'm gonna grow a lot in the next few months of kind of figuring out what exactly in the industry do I want to do, and I think those are the things that I'm going to be really motivated to work on these next few months because of this trip.
The students that we have sent have been some of the best and the brightest within this program, and it's just something we look forward to continuing in the future.
For this university to have so many opportunities and so many different majors that I could kind of bounce from one thing to another almost seamlessly, I'm really thankful for. Would I have been able to go to New York in any other program or at any other school? Who knows, but it's so awesome that we have that opportunity and that I was able to do that and meet so many people along the way and get to experience things that other students don't necessarily get to have. And I'm so thankful that Michigan State has that opportunity for all of their students, and I'm super thankful for that.
You have to look at the bigger picture and kind of realize that, this isn't like it's not just us that has to go through this. It's a whole world of sports that's getting shut down, and everything's getting shut down because of this virus. And that's something that we need to take seriously. So as devastating as it is, it had to have been done. So I'm just grateful for the opportunity to play here for 5 years.
And so even though it's really hard being able to cope with not being able to finish everything as a senior, because I'm not able to come back and use the extra year of eligibility, unfortunately, but just really trying to remember all the great memories that I've been able to have the past 4 years. MSU has been my dream place, so just being able to try to finish out here and just remember everything.
You're given an amazing platform, and there are people all over the country and the world that would love to be in the shoes that you're in. And for all the people that have come before you and for everybody that will come after you, you have a legacy to uphold and a responsibility to represent the university well. It's an amazing gift that not very many people get the opportunity to do or experience.
I hope that in years to come, we're able to look back at this experience and remember all the good and remember how blessed that we truly were to be a part of every university that people were playing at, and to be a part of something just bigger than ourselves and the time that we do have with our teammates and our university and the people around us.
The biggest lesson I've learned here during my time is to embrace every moment, embrace every day. Don't try to shortcut anything. Don't try to get out of anything. Don't try to look past anything. Whatever moment you're in, whatever you're doing at that moment, that should be the most important thing to you, because it flies by. It flies by. If you blink too fast, your career could be over just like that. So embrace it, enjoy every step of it, enjoy the journey. The results at the end you can't really worry about right now. Just try to enjoy every moment that you're in. And if you do that, you're going to get everything out of the university that you want.
I really hope that we can look back at it and not just remember these couple days that have obviously changed all of our lives, because there has been so much good, I'm sure, for everyone around the world as athletes and as seniors. You can only do the best with what you have in the moment, and I think that's one thing that I'll hold on to. I really do feel like I had a lot left to do, but I think I did the best with the time that I had here, and I'm going to miss everybody. I don't know, what the future is going to hold right now, but I can't wait to watch what my teammates are going to be doing, and can't wait to keep supporting them and keep encouraging them, and to still obviously be a part of their lives.